What are some skinny people problems? Can't gain weight. I'd rather be a healthy 210 to 220 than my unhealthy 160. The resentment from people who want to be skinny, it's almost like they blame you for them having body issues. I have body issues too, goddammit. Okay, I'm a bit late on this one, but I'd if this is just me or if anyone else has this problem, but roller coaster seats almost never go tight enough to really lock me in place. This eventually leads to a rather uncomfortable experience when the car is being tossed around and upside down at 80 miles per hour, all the while I'm flipping around between two fairly sturdy supports over my shoulders. It's also a little bit nerve-wracking, as sometimes I feel like if I got the right angle I could wriggle my way out, so I'm almost always clinging on for dear life, lol. Our appetite, oh my gosh. Skinny people often have a high metabolism, keeping us skinny. Downside though, we'll out-eat most average people. I certainly don't go out to a buffet with people unless I know the well. They get scared, lol. People mistaking high metabolism for undereating. I eat 5 to 6 meals a day. Putting on muscle is a lot harder too. Always cold. And people always your hands or feet are cold. Not finding clothes that fit, being told to sit in the middle seat in the back of the car, people who think it is okay to comment in your size and tell you you're cold because you're too thin, or people who constantly tell you to eat more food. Developing a callus on my spine from sitting leaning against walls. I'm still scrubbing at it to make it lighter, haha. Being cold. All the time. Having lost a bunch of weight over the last year. Sitting on a chair that isn't padded is uncomfortable AF. Skinny plus tall equals finding jeans that are long enough but fit your waist is impossible. Shirts and t-shirts fit us differently. Trying to find cloths. As a short, skinny male, it is so damn hard finding cloths, especially trousers. I have 2 pairs of trousers that fit me properly and I can wear. I'm also on the autism spectrum and find the majority of materials itchy, so that adds another layer of difficulty. Finding a ring that fits your fingers comfortably. Even worse if you have odd-shaped joints that are 2 times the size of the bottom section of your finger. I am probably in an endless fight against my body. When I stop working out I become thinner. Going to the gym 3 times a week and getting close to panic when I forgot to eat. I mean, my high-calorie shakes taste wonderful, but I definitely could do without the feeling of complete overeating once every week, because the timing of regular meal and shake is too close. Having a fast metabolism for me actually makes it so when mealtime comes around, breakfast, lunch or dinner, I'm voraciously starving usually. My stomach feels like it's eating itself. Maybe I have low blood sugar or something, but I carry Larabars with me just in case cause I get hangry. It's like those Snickers commercials, I'm not myself when I'm hungry. Being cold in a 70-degree room. I can't gain any muscle, it's very hard to gain weight to turn into muscle. I was a skinny kid, but I worked out a lot to a point I was doing about 1,000 sit-ups every week. I ended up with an 8-pack and people said it doesn't count because I'm skinny. Like, fuck off, I worked hard for this. I had to get a tube shoved up my nose and down my throat last year because I got the flu for a week and my weight dipped into dangerously unhealthy. My heart started acting up because of it, so my doctor insisted. The tube moved into my lung instead, and I ended up aspirating and got double pneumonia. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. During which time, I'd talk to my friends and they'd still tell me how lucky I was to be so skinny. Yeah, tell that to my double pneumonia. Sleeping with another skinny person sometimes results in bone on bone. Having to alter everything I buy online basically. Thankfully I majored in fashion design. I'm so skinny that certain bones protrude out. My tailbone, hip bones especially. I am unable to lie down in hard surfaces as it's rather painful. Additionally, every time I fall I somehow manage to land directly on my tailbone. Always freezing. Also people comment, oh, you're so skinny. Like it's a good thing, even if you're underweight. cue great discomfort of everyone else if you speak during any group conversation about health, eating habits or weight, because you're not allowed to struggle with any of these if you're skinny. But it's okay if they comment about your appearance, daily. Why are you so skinny? Chronic illness, mate. Body shaming basically. People say things to skinny people that they would never say to an overweight person, because that would be insensitive. Like you should just eat more. Wow, you're so skinny/bony, why don't you just eat more? Or grabbing body parts of yours and compare to themselves, or test if their fingers can reach around your upper arms, etc. Last night my wife really hurt me with something sharp in her pocket, and it turned out to be her hip. Small boobs, I know that's not universal, but skinny girls are much more likely to have small boobs. I don't know that it's much of drawback though, really, it's way more physically convenient. Speedy, wind, speedy. Falling sucks cause it's just bone. You get cold easily. You're kinda stuck getting larger tattoos on your arms because smaller ones lose too much detail. It's harder to find clothes that fit if you don't want the skinny/slim hipster cut. I'm cold and I have no muscles. I'm also told to eat more at the doctor's office. I fail to comprehend why anyone would want to be shirtless indoors or anywhere where the temperature is below 100 degrees. Strong winds. This may sound silly, but I have a very difficult time with falls. Many times I've had nurses want to use the back of my hand because they can see my veins so clearly. Yes, that's because the skin is very thin and hands are basically just bones. Many tears have been shed and many conversations with doctors about this. It's not about making your job easier, it's about making the patient comfortable. Fortunately, in most cases they find a vein elsewhere, and for that I'm grateful, because the back of the hand is hella painful. Too many people think I'm lucky to be so thin and feel the need to comment on my weight. I usually ask them how they would feel if I constantly commented on their weight. For some reason people don't like that. Woman shrugging. There are thousands of reasons people are thin, and sometimes it's out of our control. I'm always cold. I was very skinny last year. I don't know why. Whatever problem I used to face, I felt very inferior to others and felt piece of shit and could take stand for myself. Even a girl approached me like 5 years ago, and don't know, while casually talking she poked finger near my ribcage area and said, "Ooh, you are so skinny." People grabbing our wrists with a okay hand, and saying, "Oh my god, your wrists are so skinny." Oh, perfect one for me. I'm 5 feet 10 inches and 115 pounds. People think my GF is my mom since she is 9 years older than me. And even though I'm 26, I look like a 19 years old freshman. No fitting clothes, they are always too big or too short if it fits on shoulders. I have to wear a suit at my work, and only thing I can wear is special made suits for me, and it's costing me a lot. Everything I buy first need to go to a tailor. These are already said, but it's hard to sit on hard surfaces. No one will feel comfortable on your shoulders. When you are having sex, all peaches are bigger than yours. Most of the people think I'm sick or I am not eating properly. No, for God's sake, I'm eating like an elephant, but the result is always same. Not being heavy enough to activate the airbag. When I haven't eaten in a while, my pants always fit slightly looser than normal. Being called skinny when you're a normal weight. Real women have curves. The only time that's valid is if you're talking to a flat earther. Mother Earth thick. Totally hitting my hip bone on like anything, counter, table, etc. It's literally the skinny equivalent to getting hit in the ankle with a razor scooter. Other people being obsessed with their weight and projecting their body issues on you. I have a friend who has a binge eating disorder and constantly comments on my weight. Constantly. She went so far as to suggest that my previous miscarriage was caused by me being too thin. I'm not even underweight or anything, just slim and petite. She's made awful comments in public too, ranging from how I'm the most likely of our group to be kidnapped/trafficked BC I resemble a child, to criticizing my food choices at restaurants, I got salmon instead of a burger, to saying bizarre crackpot things like, "You probably don't even poop BC, you never eat it." Like, dude, what? Old Garfield cartoon I used to tell to deflect from my own scrawniness. How many skinny people can fit in a shower? Nobody knows, they keep slipping down the drain. With